Hey guys, welcome to my next sketchbook tour. This is the still life that we did in Professor Jones's class. I sat down in front of this one because I really thought that the head would be a lot of fun to draw. I already kind of know how to draw portraits of people. I'm not like the greatest, but I do enjoy them. And I really wanted to work on this face. And let me tell you, it was technical. Let me start though I started with just a basic sketch with my HB pencil on kind of the outline very lightly because as you can see, there's not a lot of hard lines in this drawing. So it was very light just to kind of get the general shape of where everything is. I used this block as the kind of, sorry. I forgot when to put your finger. My camera does that. I use this block as the size reference for everything else in the video to try to determine how it is with the pencil. Yeah, so that was my size reference. I started with the head first because I was excited to work on it. And let me tell you, it took several days. This whole area with the lips and the chin, it took me forever to get it right because there are so many planes and they're all shaded so differently. And it took me forever to figure out how to make the shading look like, because for some reason, this area kept looking like lips instead of this area. And I finally got it right and I'm really happy with it, but man, it took a while. I next did the wine bottle, which I love. I feel like it came out perfectly. I did use the workable fixative that Professor Jones provided for us. And I really think that that helped me get that really extra dark color because I was able to get it to like that 85% point and then lay the fixative down and let it dry. And it actually dried for a couple of days because I wasn't able to get back to it. And then I came in and I just added more layers of dark and it really made a difference in the lines. The other thing I will say that when I was working on this wine bottle, at first I started drawing my lines this way. And then I realized I wanted to make sure that my image had this kind of natural curvature. So I did what Professor Jones kind of said to us in the very beginning when we did fruit drawings, was that I drew this way, kind of the lines so that they have this natural kind of rounded shape. And I think that besides the shading, I really think that's what makes it look so realistic because the lines actually go with the shape. And then it took me forever to get this part because I kept wanting to make it like this. And then it took me a while. I had to get the shading right with the mid-tone and then the darker shading color. And then there's this little teeny tiny highlight that I added just because I thought it made it pop. It's not as detailed like that in my actual photo that I took when I was when I sat for the observational still life, but I will call that artistic license. And then I added just this little speck of white from a white pastel. It was just a little speck. And then this highlight really makes this area pop. Also, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, you can tell more close up in person, but this is actually a styrofoam hat and it has these deep grooves, the texture of the styrofoam. And I really like the way they turned out. Then at the very last thing that I did was I added the background and finished off the bottom edge so it really makes it look 3D because originally I just had like the white background and that was nice, but I feel like adding this part right here where it kind of separates, like where the whiteboard is in front of like the back cork board, and then over here on this side as well, it really shows that it's sitting in front of like a wall or whatever. Anyway, there's my sketchbook tour. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will see you again in a couple of weeks.